And we turn now to the other big story overnight. The Secret Service announced late yesterday that 11 of their agents who had been sent to Colombia in advance of the president's visit were recalled and placed on administrative leave after reports of a wild party that involved prostitutes. Our White House correspondent Norah O'Donnell is with us here this morning, along with Darrell Issa, who's chairman of the House Oversight Committee. Norah, I know you were talking to officials earlier this morning. What's the latest on this?
Well, the White House says that the president's security was never endangered because of this. But the #1 job of the Secret Service is to protect the president when he's in a foreign country and when he's in the United States. And less than 48 hours before the president arrived in Cartagena, there was reports of wild drinking and prostitutes. The Secret Service acted very quickly. They recalled at least 11 agents. Also, 5 members of the military may have been involved. They are also being disciplined. The issue here, according to officials that I spoke with, is concerns that this is bad conduct, certainly immoral conduct, but also concerns about potential blackmail or espionage. If a woman can get in a secure zone that is supposed to be protected by the Secret Service and others, what does this say about security? And so that's one of the big concerns.
Congressman Issa, you head up the House Oversight Committee, the kind of the basic investigative arm of the House. What can you add to this? What have you found out?
Well, first of all, we think the number might be higher, and we're asking for the exact amount of all the people who, quote, were involved. But this kind of a breach is a breach in the federal workforce's most elite protective unit. And they don't just protect the president. Of course, they protect the cabinet members, the vice president, first families, candidates. So when you look at this, you realize if you can have this kind of breakdown, one that could lead to blackmail, as Norah said, and so on, then we've got to ask, where are the systems in place to prevent this in the future? It's the reason that the investigation will not be about the 11 to 20 or more involved. It'll be about how did this happen and how often has this happened before. Things like this don't happen once if they didn't happen before.
When exactly did this happen? Do we know?
We do. It was about Wednesday evening when there was a report. Anyone who comes into this secure area, this hotel where many people are staying, they have to sign in their guests. This agent allegedly signed in a guest. Those guests are supposed to leave by 7 a.m. in the morning. When that guest had not left, this prostitute, the hotel then went and knocked on the door, and there was an altercation about whether she had been paid for her services. So that's part of the altercation that went on, and then the embassy was alerted, and they found there were other guests that had been signed.
Mr. Chairman, what we're hearing is that at no time was the president in danger. Are you satisfied that that's the case?
No, I can't be. In this particular case, the president may not have been in danger, but that's to beg the whole question of what happens if somebody 6 months ago, 6 years ago, became the victim of their own misconduct and is now being blackmailed. What happens when a force that historically we've heard about these wheel up parties when the president leaves? Well, this was a pre-wheel down. So the question is the whole organization in need of some soul searching, some changes, or in fact, before the president, the vice president, members of the cabinet are in danger?
But Bob, there are no reports that this involved the Presidential Protection Division, the agents, very elite agents that protect the president, or the body men that you see around the president. I think it's also worth noting that they worked on this very quickly, according to the Secret Service. They removed these 11 agents quickly, and they were immediately replaced.
Have you decided yet whether this will require hearings?
Well, whether it requires hearings hasn't been decided, but we will participate in an over-the-shoulder investigation and some questions about how, because the management team at the Secret Service is very stable, very non-political. So the question is, how are they going to make these changes in discipline and perhaps polygraphs and other items being intensified so that this can't happen in the future? Again, Norah said it well. It's not about whether the president was in danger this time. It's whether or not you need to make changes so the American people can have confidence in all of their workforce, from the GSA to the Secret Service.
Congressman, I want to thank you for coming in on short notice.
Thanks, Bob.
We appreciate it.